The royal insectoid swung its cleaver down onto the white dragon's head. Caught off guard, the white dragon let out a piercing, anguished roar as the blow landed heavily. Razor-sharp claws stabbed deep into its pristine white scales. The venom laced within those claws quickly seeped into the dragon's bloodstream. Like black fire, the poison surged through its veins. The white dragon shuddered violently, unable to withstand the brutal attack, and coughed up a mouthful of blood. But the royal insectoid wasn't finished. It continued to pump venom into the dragon, wave after wave of toxic energy surging into its body. Overwhelmed by the sheer intensity of the poison, the white dragon began to lose its ability to resist. "Little white dragon!" the phoenix cried out, her voice filled with alarm, eyes full of concern. She tried to rush to the white dragon's aid, but the chaotic battlefield kept her pinned down, unable to intervene in time. Just then, 2 flame condors dove down from the sky like blazing red arrows, streaking toward the royal insectoid at breakneck speed to support the dragon. But, slash! A sudden flash behind them, the royal insectoid, like a specter from the abyss, manifested out of thin air and swung its blade. In a single breath, both flame condors were annihilated. The thunder dragon could delay no longer. With a roar that shook the void, it transformed into a bolt of lightning and shot straight toward the royal insectoid at top speed. But the royal insectoid sensed the incoming danger. It spun around with uncanny precision, lifting one powerful leg and delivering a thunderous kick to the thunder dragon's skull. Boom! Whoosh! The thunder dragon was blasted backward with even more force than its original charge. A streak of light, its body slammed into a drifting asteroid, only stopping after burrowing deep into its surface, crawling from the crater it had made with its own body. The thunder dragon gasped, shocked. This thing, its power is terrifying, and its agility completely inhuman. This was no ordinary insectoid. And then, its eyes shifted. The thunder dragon's gaze suddenly locked onto something in the distance. Noticing this, the royal insectoid frowned and turned its head. What's it looking at? In the next instant, realization struck. Without a word, the royal insectoid abandoned the thunder dragon and bolted, its body turning into a blur of light as it darted in the opposite direction. "It's running!" The thunder dragon roared in warning. The hive mother, observing from afar, screamed furiously, "What are you doing? Royal insectoid! Return to the battlefield, now!" But the royal insectoid did not look back. It surged forward at terrifying speed, traversing a vast stretch of space in mere moments. Suddenly, a golden beam of light shot toward it, cutting off its path, too fast to evade. The insectoid could only cross its arms to block the strike. Boom! The impact shook the void. It managed to deflect half of the blow, but the rest tore through its guard and continued on. Boom! The blast slammed into the outer surface of the insect hive, gouging out a massive crater. Before it could recover, a pinprick of light at the center of the impact zone began to flare, then exploded. Kaboom! The shockwave ripped through the hive, tearing a gaping hole directly above the hive mother. Seeing this, the hive mother's face turned ashen. Cold sweat rolled down her expressionless face. If that attack hadn't been stopped, this place would have become a pool of blood. Elsewhere in the void, Yuzi, standing atop the pink dragon, watched the entire scene unfold. When he saw his attack being intercepted, a glimmer of amusement flickered in his eyes. Oh, it blocked it? Interesting, but the price was steep. The royal insectoid's arm, used to intercept the attack, was now completely destroyed. From the mangled stump, the stench of burnt flesh filled the air, yet in just the blink of an eye, new muscle and sinew surged forth, rapidly regenerating the destroyed arm. In no time at all, the limb was restored, fully intact, as if it had never been severed. The royal insectoid glanced at its arm, showing no trace of fear, only a low, guttural laugh brimming with battle lust. At that moment, Pink Dragon had brought Yuzi face to face with the insectoid. Standing tall atop the dragon's head, Yuzi looked every bit like a god descending from the heavens, a cosmic Zeus. Lightning crackled in his palm, converging into deadly, razor-sharp bolts that shone like jagged stars across the void. Above Pink Dragon's head, he continued channeling immense spiritual energy, summoning strike after strike of piercing thunderbolts. A smirk tugged at the corner of Yuzi's lips. his voice came. Low and confident, half mocking, half predatory. You think you can dodge these? Even before the royal insect could react, a dire sense of danger erupted in its mind, the primal instinct of death, an internal alarm screamed like a death knell. Crack! Vum! Multiple bolts of thunder surged from Yuzi's hands, blazing toward the royal insectoid with incomprehensible speed. Boom! Boom! Thunder roared, and lightning rained down in relentless waves. Despite activating every defensive measure it had, the royal insectoid was still unable to fully withstand the devastating onslaught. Under the overwhelming might of the golden lightning, it was blasted out of the sky, sent hurtling down to the surface of a barren, lifeless planet. As the insectoid crashed down, Yuzi's eyes narrowed. He gave a simple command to Pink Dragon: "Stop it, don't let it get close, understood?" Pink Dragon roared in response, instantly shifting into battle mode. Dust clouds billowed from the impact site where the royal insectoid had fallen. Amid the choking smoke and shattered debris, a massive crater revealed itself, and at the center stood the royal insectoid. Even after enduring such a fierce barrage, its body remained nearly unscathed. Though this attack came only from Yuzi's clone, the power behind it was still terrifying. The royal insectoid raised its head, eyes locking onto Yuzi's distant figure in the sky with chilling intensity. But before it could retaliate, whoosh! A whirlwind of searing fire suddenly erupted around it, scorching space itself. It wasn't just one vortex, but many, dozens of flaming cyclones whirling into existence. Boxing in the insectoid from every direction, high above it, Pink Dragon hovered, its gaze razor-sharp and unblinking. "From now on, your opponent is me." Its voice was cold and solemn, as if delivering a divine verdict. "In the name of purgatory, I shall burn the world to ash." This was the dragon race's secret fire technique, heavenly purgatory. As its words faded, the whirlwinds intensified, spinning into a frenzy. Suddenly, a new flame burst forth, morphing into the majestic form of a fire dragon, colossal and awe-inspiring. This was the manifestation of heaven's purgatory, with jaws wide and roaring flames spilling forth. The fire dragon let out an earth-shaking roar and launched itself straight toward the royal insectoid. Now completely surrounded, flames, cyclones, the fire dragon, all converged, sealing the royal insectoid within a fiery cage of annihilation. From the distant void of space, gazing upon the planet below, one could clearly see that 1/3 of the planet's surface was engulfed in flames, swallowed whole by the inferno unleashed by the dragon's wrath.